everybody, this is Jen and I am back with my second layout using the March Click Kit. So this has ended up, I think, being my favorite layout out of the entire kit. So I'm taking the opposite side of that pink and like green watercolor, like floral kind of design, and I'm mounting it on a piece of black cardstock. It actually had this awesome little thing at the top that said documented, and this was a layout I had a lot to say about. I essentially wanted to take a moment in time and talk about my life at that point in time. So this is kind of a really crappy photo. It's a photo that I actually took while going about 40 miles an hour through the Easy Pass line at the Newport Bridge. For about a good solid 2 years, I was driving to Newport 2 to 3 times a week, which Newport's about if there's no traffic, I can get there in about 45 minutes. But the time I had to go, it was rush hour, and it would take me anywhere from an hour and 15 minutes to 2 hours to get there. So I wanted to talk about driving down there for school. I had class on the Navy base down there my program had a section down there that they like a satellite, and I really liked the professors down there a lot better. So I ended up going down there, and it was a extremely long commute. So essentially what I did here, I took the photo and I took a offcut of that pink and green floral, and then I took a piece of gray pattern paper from the Chamel collection, her new collection, and just used that to layer up my photo. And then I used this awesome overlay. I think it's the only one I ended up using to go around my photo, because the photo's really, like I said, it's kind of a crappy photo. I was taken on my iPhone when I was driving. It's essentially the Easy Pass lane of the Newport Bridge, and you can't really see, but it says the Newport Pell Bridge right there, like over the Easy Pass lines. So here I'm going through and trying to figure out what else I can do, and I know I'm going to pull out my title using these awesome letters. And I pull out my title, which is going to be This Is My Life. And like I said, I want to tell a long story. And I don't have a lot of layouts like this where the focus of the layout is journaling, but this layout certainly is. The photo is just there to kind of supplement what I'm writing. So I also had watercolored that awesome sheet of paper with the doors, and I had used it for another layout, but I had a couple left. So I did pull out the last couple that were in the gray blackish, just because it's kind of, the journaling talks about opening like a new chapter of my life and grad school and a whole bunch of stuff. So it kind of fit symbolically with the layout. I had to cut off a couple, sorry, I was looking to see if my video was still recording. I had to cut off a couple of little knobs on, I think it was supposed to be a dollar sign or something or an 8 maybe, I don't know. I had to make it into a second S. And then I found this other overlay that says right now. So I was trying to make it say, this is my life right now, but then it kind of made some trap space that I didn't like. So I'm going to bring everything down, and I'm actually going to make it right now, this is my life. And it actually is a very fitting title, because I'm talking about a point in time where right now that was my life. It was driving. I spent more time in my car than I think doing anything else. And there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of scrapbooking going on. So that was kind of disappointing. And most of this, what I'm going to talk about, actually occurred before I even started making YouTube videos. I've only been making them less than a year. I started last August, I think, is when I started them. And so I only had 1 semester of grad school left at that point. And I only had to go down to Newport, I think once every like 3 weeks or so. 2 weeks, I think it was every 3 weeks. So that wasn't too bad. And then my other classes were on the Providence campus. So I really loved going down to Newport. The drive was beautiful once you got to the water, but the highway driving before that, I have to essentially traverse the entire state of Rhode Island to get down there. It's hell. It's awful. It's just bumper to bumper, and it's very nerve-wracking. So I never was a big fan of driving down there at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So I'm just gluing on my letters here using the Scotch Quick Dry adhesive, and then I'm going to put a couple of sequins on, and that's going to really finish up the layout. I kept it very simple because like I said before, the main aspect of this layout was the journaling, and I actually really liked how it came out. I like the fact I kept it fairly simple and without a ton of embellishing, and the embellishing that I did put on was all about doors or, you know, door themed, which really fit with my journaling. So I am going to start journaling here on camera, and then I cut it out, and then I'll jump back just like I did with my last layout. I'll jump back to it when it's all at the very end of it, so you can actually see how long my journaling turned out to be. It's quite impressive. But that will finish up my layout once I'm done with that, with the journaling. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said in the last video, I'm doing a whole heck of a lot of voiceovers, so I'm going to keep this short, and I will see you guys back probably tomorrow with another layout. Take care. Bye.